Alright, what is up guys? Brian here, and this is my NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3 quick review and my thoughts on tonight's NXT Takeover Brooklyn. So let's get right into it. I'm just going to give a quick recap of what took place. We saw Andrade Cien Almas pick up a victory over Johnny Gargano with the help of his manager slash business associate Selena Vega, aka Thea Trinidad, in what was an awesome matchup. We saw the NXT Tag Team titles change hands as Sanity defeated the Authors of Pain in a very physical encounter. After the match, the Sanity did not have long to celebrate, as who would attack none other than Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon. Anyone that knows these two guys' history as a team knows that they are former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, former Tag Team Champions in New Japan. So obviously they made their intentions clear that they're coming for those NXT Tag Team titles tonight, but are at this would not be the only time we would see O'Reilly and Fish, and I'll get into that in just a second. We saw Aleister Black defeat Hideo Itami in a very physical encounter with Black Mass. So a big victory for Aleister Black, moving up the ranks in NXT. And so what's going to be next for these two individuals? What's going to be next for Hideo Itami coming off of this loss, and what's going to be next for Aleister Black coming off this win? We had the NXT Women's title on the line. It was Asuka retaining her championship in a very hard-fought battle against the #1 contender, Ember Moon. This was a very awesome matchup as well. This was an awesome match, I should say. Both women giving it their all, but it was one mistake by Ember Moon that allowed Asuka to lock in the Asuka lock and make Ember Moon tap out. So if I had a hat on, I would take my hat off to both women. They gave it their all, but Asuka still the NXT Women's Champion, and her reign now stands at 505. Her reign still continues, and her undefeated streak still continues as well. And then, of course, the main event, which was the NXT Championship on the line. Bobby Roode defending against Drew McIntyre. This was another awesome matchup as well. Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre hit each other with everything. I mean, they hit each other with move after move after move. Drew McIntyre used his Claymore and the Future Shock DDT. Bobby Roode hit the Glorious DDT. That was not enough. But in the end, it was Drew McIntyre, as Bobby Roode was going to go for another Glorious DDT after hitting a second one. Was going to go for a third one, but Drew McIntyre got out of it and hit a short headbutt, and then hit the Claymore to finally finish off Bobby Roode, and thus becomes the new NXT champion, ending Bobby Roode's reign that has lasted since I believe January at NXT Takeover San Antonio. So, or yeah, I believe it was NXT Takeover San Antonio where Bobby Roode won the title from Nakamura, and now at NXT Takeover Brooklyn, Drew McIntyre ended that reign of Bobby Roode. So Drew McIntyre is the new NXT champion. But like in Sanity's case, Drew McIntyre did not have long to celebrate, as Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish would make another appearance standing on the ring apron, distracting Drew McIntyre, and who would make his NXT debut at NXT Takeover Brooklyn? None other than Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole made his debut at NXT Takeover Brooklyn, attacked Drew McIntyre, and then hit Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. They would join in. They would pick up Drew McIntyre and hold him for Adam Cole to hit the super kick on on him. And then the picture that ended NXT Takeover Brooklyn was of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly standing over a fallen Drew McIntyre. So obviously, Adam Cole looks like he's a part of NXT now. There had been talk of him coming in to NXT. There was a photo going around online throughout the day of Adam Cole at an airport with the NXT superstars. So what does this mean now for NXT going into the future? Obviously, the landscape has changed with Adam Cole joining NXT along with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, who made their debuts on NXT TV last few weeks. What's going to happen with these three? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But now Drew McIntyre looks like he has a new enemy coming for his NXT title, and that being Adam Cole. So, my thoughts on NXT Takeover, my overall thoughts on NXT Takeover Brooklyn. I thought it was an awesome show. It was great to see Adam Cole debut in NXT. I was surprised that they're keeping the belt on Asuka. I'm definitely surprised that they took the belts off the Authors of Pain and put them on Sanity. Not that surprised, but I'm a little surprised they did. But overall, my thoughts on the show, I thought it was an awesome show. Um, if you guys watched NXT Takeover Brooklyn, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. With that being said, this has been my quick review and my overall thoughts on NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.